This is something I feel like really blocking about. We all go through middle school. There's so much drama, and you learn so much from it in the end. I'm almost done with middle school, and now that I've almost finished, I'm learning how to more of myself and who I am. And it's kind of hard because you don't know who's backstabbing you, who's on your side, or who's going to be by you at all times. Your true friends are what are with you in the end. You can be backstabbed, you can be hurt. It's so much drama. Sometimes you forget how to be yourself because you're so afraid of what others think you want to be quiet and not talk to people. Because it's hard to tell them, hey, I don't agree with you. Hey, I disagree with you. That's not true. Hey, and sometimes you learn about yourself and who you really are. Like, for instance, I have a couple of friends. They are like, okay, I'm gay, or okay, I'm lesbian, oh whatever. It doesn't bother me. I'm not homophobic, so. But anyways, but like, a lot of people are really judgy and they bully and they hurt other people for their fulfillment because they don't feel good about themselves, and it's stupid, cause people in middle school, they the popular kids normally don't feel good about themselves. They're normally not really nice to people. They have to spread rumors just to feel good about who they are when they're not really a good person. And people just like them because they're scared of them. But another topic that I wanted to cover is just ways that people can not go some of the stuff that I went through. And oh my god, my bra strap showing. But anyways, not a big deal. But like, I had a close friend or whatever, and she ended up backstabbing me, and it really hurt because I thought they were close to me. So you just have to like, when you have a close friend, you gotta know them first. Don't wait 6 months and tell them a big secret, because they can end up hurting you, and then kind of ends up bad. Because I sort of got some rumors spread, not just by her, but other friends that I thought were my friends, really. And they're usually just people with hard lives, so they make other people's harder for their fulfillment because they want control because they're control freaks. Well, that's how I think of it, but I left my face on there. But anyways, like, speaking of backstabbing, that was a really hard time for me, which was 7th grade, but that's over with. But anyways, like, I would just want to put things out there. There are ways to get rid of that. If you really cared about the person, don't think of them. Don't say, just don't let them bug you. Don't get too close to a person either. Like, I understand that you want to have a close friend always by you, but make sure you know they're a good person first. Not by just knowing them for like 6 months and being like, oh, she's a good person, she seems like a nice person. Because people can be really fakey. And honestly, I really dislike that. But people are the way they are. I'm almost graduating. I'm getting out of like middle school, going to 9th grade. Hopefully gonna go to Space Coast, but who knows? I don't know. I might move to like Vieira, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really care. But speaking of backstabbing, going back to that subject, I feel like I didn't really explain that much of how to like avoid it. Like, when you just make sure the person you're close to is a good person. That's all I really have to say, because don't be too close to a person. Don't get like a really, really close boyfriend. Because I saw a friend who went through something like that, and she really, really liked this guy or whatever. And like, she just ended up being hurt in the end. So, most of the time, young like relationships don't work out a lot. And it just doesn't end up being alright. But people have their ways, and if you want to date, you can date. I date, but I don't really like have serious relationships with people. But above that, whatever. Next thing I want to talk about is, you know how sometimes your friends from elementary can turn out to be total snobs when they get to middle school, like snobby. Like, they're not really mean to you, they're just cheerleaders, and then they just avoid you, which is really hurtful especially if you've known them for a long time, or they're like the guy populars that do drugs and do weed or whatever. I don't know if that specific person that I'm talking about does drugs or weed. I know she's probably dated a couple, but I don't pay attention to her that much. Because it can be hurtful because people do change in middle school because they want to be accepted by other people, which really is kind of stupid, but they have to hang out with the pretty people, they have to be popular, they have to find their friends physically attractive so other people won't think they're a loser or something stupid like that and superficial. But I'm just trying to cover middle school, so if anybody watching this, I hope I can help you guys because I went through a lot. Because I told people my secrets because I thought I was a trusting person. But don't always trust people. Like, trust some people. It's good to trust. But don't get so close to a person you can trust them when you don't know them very well, like the first year. And watch their actions. See if they always have a best friend every couple months. See if they backstab people. Ask around. Well, don't say, is she a backstabber? Don't be that upfront. But, like, just notice their situations and what that person's in, just to realize you there. Because people can be really mean. Because I remember people start rumors for no reason, too. I got a rumor about me, or whatever, saying that I tried to get some kid in trouble, but I didn't, or whatever. And then it got around, and a lot of people were like, oh my god, Alana did this, Alana did that. Stick up for yourself. That's one of the main keys. Just I was afraid to stick up for myself because I figured, oh my god, I'm totally getting in a fight. Oh my god, I'm scared. I've never gotten in a fight before. And you have to stick up for yourself. People will listen to you. They'll be a part of you. And all the people in your life that if you stick up to, they're gonna want to be around you. And when they're gonna be around you, that makes you who you are. And everybody love you for who you are, not something you're not. And be yourself, because I'm still trying to work on that. Like, I changed a little bit in middle school. Nothing for the bad, just really hyper and jokative. And I'm trying to be a happier person because of that. That's why I wrote Loving Life on my whatever, because I want to be happier. But don't try to change. It's just not even worth it. If you're not that preppy girl with the booty shorts that is always bitchy to everyone, don't be that. Be the gothic girl or the gay girl or who cares, or the gay guy. Well, it's kind of hard to come out in middle school. I know this is a totally different subject, but coming out in middle school if you're a guy is going to be really, really hard for you. And people are like homophobic, a lot of them. For a girl, it's much easier, but that's your decision. I think you should at least wait until high school or college because I feel like it'd be easier on yourselves. Well, high school can be kind of hard too, though. It's easier to be when you're out on your own, in my personal opinion, but you can do whatever you want. If you feel comfortable, if you're already out, you can be, I'm out, screw you. And the next subject I wanted to cover was I remember getting in a fight. And I kind of went over this before, but not really. Like, I kind of got in a fight with a girl, like, fist fight. Like, I lost, but my first fight, I don't expect to win. And I got tons of bullcrap from people. She was popular. She's really nice now, and we're pretty cool. And she stuck up for me. So, I forgive her and everything. But, like, don't judge people by your first book either. Speaking of that, even though it's a little bit off topic what I was going into, don't judge people. They can seem like the snottiest person on earth, but then they can be like the nicest person deep down. And the nicest person that pretends to be nice can be like the most evilest demon. Trust me. You don't want to go there, but I don't want to go there. But like, speaking of, like, when you get into fights and you lose, don't let people bring you down. Well, you shouldn't be trying to get into fights anyways, but like, people make fun of you if you run away from them and you really don't want to be bullied. But if you lose, you're still getting made fun of. Stick up for yourself, even if you lose. Probably shouldn't get in a fight that much, but stick up for yourself if you lose. Because these are like the hardest times of your life. Like, people are judgy. The teachers don't even help. They're just worried about their damn grades or whatever. But it's really hard, and you learn a lot from it, though. I mean, I learned a lot, you change from middle school because of the people you're around. And it's kind of hard. I mean, yeah, you learn a lot. You have to take the right path. You probably shouldn't do drugs. I don't recommend it. Because I think if you do drugs, you're just not motivated and you can't help yourself. Even if it's like something not that bad, like weed or whatever. I don't think it's horrible. I don't think it's that bad. But honestly, on a serious note, I don't think it's good either. I mean, I think it fucks you up a little. Well, maybe a little. But, like, don't let people pressure you into that stuff. It's stupid because you end up being non-motivated. These are, like, these smart girls I know. And they're, like, freaking smart. Like, they got brains. Like, more than I do. Not that I really try that much, but, you know, they just like throw it away with like their drugs or whatever because they want to be popular and cool and not be a so-called loser. But to be honest, they are gonna end up being that because they hurt themselves too much, and if they don't change, they're not gonna get anywhere. Like, I can understand maybe if you're in middle school you want to try drinking or you want to try weed or you want to try. I can understand if you want to try it, but if you can't get off of it, that's really bad. I don't think you should try it because you just get hooked. But if you want to try drinking, which a lot of middle schoolers do, I haven't done because I have too much of an addictive personality to even be trying. But, anyways, just don't do it. Trust me, it is probably like the worst thing you could do. And if something bothers you, be outspoken. Call the person out. Who cares if they're like the ghetto chick who could beat your ass, or whatever. Call them out if something pisses you off. Say, you're pissing me off, bitch. Well, don't say bitch, because you'll end up, something bad might happen. But be nice about it. No, don't be nice. Nice stick up for yourself doesn't work. You have to be firm with yourself. And not be like, don't get angry. Don't let people get to you, either. Because that can really end up hurting yourself. And in the end, these backstabbers and people, they're smart as hell. But they like to use their little skills on backstabbing and hurting people because they have nothing better to do. Or they're just sad because their mom's divorced or their mom cheated on their dad or their dad did whatever. They were beaten. Something along those lines. Someone was hurt in their life. So they like to have the fulfillment of hurting others and controlling others. And it's fun for them because it's a depressing lifestyle, but a lot of people just do it because they're so depressed. That's why they get into drugs and well, other reasons are just because it's cool, but I really don't think it's that cool. Okay, you're doing drugs. Woo, what to do? You're just gonna end up being a dumb fuck later. Excuse my language, but you're gonna not make your own potential. And like, you're not gonna get into good colleges if you're not motivated. I mean, yeah, I'm horrible in school. I get in tons of trouble. Why was I picking my face? I don't know. It kind of itched. Why am I itching? But anyways, like, when you do that, it's hurting your potential. And I'm not a good kid either. Well, I'm a good kid. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I laugh and make perverted jokes. Act like an idiot in school. I like be like woo woo, and get like little lunch detentions and piss teachers off, flick my friends off, and get caught. I'm horrible, but I'm not like a bad kid that I would say. I'm not horrible, you know? But try to just be yourself when you get there. I know it sounds like really lame and corny or whatever. Corny. That sounds like corny. I'm sick. But anyways, just be yourself. Don't try to change because people like you the way that you are. And if you feel like saying something, say it. Because these are what I've learned, and I'm gonna graduate middle school in 3 weeks. Like, I have an F in one of my classes, but I know I bring it up. I'll bring it up, I swear to God, because I always end up bringing everything up. I've had pretty good grades, so. But I know I'm graduating in 3 weeks, or whatever. And I'm gonna be out of there. And I'm hoping to go to one of my schools. But that's the advice that I have for middle school.